Welcome, everybody. We're just setting up the recording and the live stream on YouTube, and then we will begin very, very shortly.
Live stream is on.
Okay, great. So, welcome everybody. It is such a pleasure to welcome you for the second masterclass for the 2021 Dramatic Voices program Berlin called Preparing Elektra. We have a fantastic artist today leading the masterclass, Tichina Vaughn. Her career is incredibly impressive and illustrious, and her experience is incredibly diverse, and knowledge, very, very in deep knowledge with the dramatic repertoire. She has sung in some of the biggest stages in the world: Metropolitan Opera, Royal Opera House, Covent Garden, Staatstheater Stuttgart, Staatstheater Hanover, Teatro Las Calas, Dresden, English National Opera, Dutch National Opera, Arena di Verona. The list goes on and on and on. So we're very, very lucky and excited to have her with us today. We have 6 very, very talented and accomplished young artists who are going to sing today. So I will invite the first artist, Karin, to unmute herself and to present herself, where she's from, and tell us what she's going to be singing for us today.
Yeah, I'm Karin Fjellander, and I'm from Gothenburg, Sweden. And I'm going to sing Dich, teure, Halle. And the recording that I found for the music is a bit faster than I've sung it before, but I think it will solve somehow.
Okay. Beautiful. Wonderful.
Thanks.
What a gorgeous voice you have. Really a lovely instrument. Very easy, very flexible. Really. And to be the first and to start with that, kudos very much. So I felt a little bit that as you got into it, you relaxed a little bit and really started to sing. The middle section I thought was really very well done and really beautiful. We can talk about a few things about that later on, but I'd like to just begin, if we could again, and begin more with what we don't get from that was a performance. We had a beautiful sound, beautiful delivery, actually very well placed, very well done, but very little nuance of the text and the character. So if you don't mind to start again, thinking a little bit more about Elizabeth, I mean, I assume you know the text, you know the opera, you know what's happening. We don't have to go there. Okay, good. So if you would just start it again for me with a little bit more of this in mind and a little bit more expression regarding the text, as well as that beautiful sound and legato that you were bringing. I'd appreciate it. Very good. May I stop you briefly? Very, very good. Very good. So we're getting a little bit more now. This time, if you would just begin again one more time, and what is important in singing is to remember, especially in opera, is that we're always singing. I was just telling someone the other day, they were like, how is it an opera? Why is it not a musical? And I said, well, one thing you can look for is that people sing all the time. And that means we also sing in the pause, in the rest. They're notated for a reason. They have meaning, they have significance, but they don't mean just be quiet and wait. So just in this way, speaking of connecting your thought, your phrases as a thought, and not in the sense of, I'm doing this technical thing called singing, and I've got through that one, and here I come to the next one. And I think that you can help yourself in the last phrase that you sang before I stopped you, if you would think about it in a more emotionally dynamic way. The phrase is meant to grow. All those Wagner phrases are long and legato and lush, and they're meant to grow. So you can start it a little bit more relaxed, because a lot of times when we want to get somebody's attention with something, instead of screaming it out to them, here we go here, they get it. You know what I mean? Okay, can you just start again?
Yeah.
Just one more time. I'm not going to stop you this time. I'm going to let you go. voice was beautiful. I really saw it grow. I really felt that you heard me and you went with that. I appreciate that. Now, when we come into the second part where she's a little bit more agitated, I see it in how you begin to sing. And I think that if you choose another source of agitation, because it's how we usually think. We usually see agitation as something that's outside and physical, and so we start to mimic that in our body telepathy, if you know. And so now you're telling your body to be a different way. But if you could find maybe a calmer inner unruhe, if you know what I mean. It will probably help you vocally as well, not to, because the one thing you don't have to worry about, especially because it's got a little bit more tempo on it, is you don't even have to sing so much. You can actually coast some in there, not in what you're doing, but in what you feel you have to give. So think about that a little bit, and let's start that section again if you can.
Yeah, I'll see if I find it.
Yeah, I know now. I was thinking just now, she has a recording. It might not be as easy as when you have an accompanist, but maybe as close as you can come to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've just come out of this sort of sadness, met de öde, and now...
Aus dir
fantastic. Really a super sound. I won't make you go back because I know it's difficult with the recording, but I will say that if you, with the section that I stopped you before and you went back to, really this inner agitation, it really gave it a cleaner sound. And if you will apply this type of concept on throughout, I think also you will be in a cleaner sounding place at the end too, because there's no doubt that you have those notes and that they're powerful and they're wonderful. I think that you haven't even found yet how free they actually are. Really, you really don't have to pay much for them at all, dear. So, and in the sense of they don't cost you much, and that they can swing freer if you find this inner core place that you found for that middle section. I really do think so. Would you like to just do it for me? Do you have one more in you? I know it's a big, heavy aria, but I'd like to see if you could maintain a little bit of that if I'm not over time. Oh, thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure to hear you. I wish
Um,
you all the best.
You actually have 5 more minutes.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Well, let me ask, do you have any questions? Anything that I specific you'd like to ask, Karin?
Oh, not really.
Have you done the role already? Have you?
Not at
No.
all.
Yeah. So you've been studying it, or just the aria?
Mostly the arias.
Yeah. It's a beautiful piece, and yeah, she has a lot of work to do all night, but it's a wonderful role, obviously. Yes. Great. And you're German, you studied the German, or?
Yeah, I've studied quite a bit of German.
Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, very good. Very good. Yes. I'm really looking forward to hearing you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else maybe want to ask any questions?
If anybody else has a question, they can ask. Otherwise, we can move on to the next singer. Okay. All right. So I wanted to invite Kirstin Sharpin to unmute herself and to introduce herself and what she's going to be singing.
I could admit myself too. Hi, my name's Kirstin. I am dialing in from Berlin, but I'm a Scottish-New Zealand hybrid soprano. Not a hybrid soprano, but a Scottish-New Zealand hybrid. Never mind. I am going to, or I'd like to work on the first 6 pages of Elektra's first monologue. That's already about 5.5 minutes of music, so that seemed like a good place to stop. It is a work in progress, and it's very difficult without a conductor. I'm discovering, especially those first few entries. So yes, I beg your indulgence.
Of course.
Right. Let's see if we can make this work. Ganz allein, der Vater fort hinabgescheucht auf deinen kalten Klüften. und das Bad dampfte von deinem Blut. Da nahm dich der Feige bei den Schultern, zerrte dich hinab aus dem Gemach, dem Kopf voraus, die Beine schleifend hinterher. Dein Ohren öffnen, sah herein ins Haus. So kommst du Pferde, setzest Fuß vor Fuß und stehst auf einmal da. Die beiden Augen weit öffnen und ein königlicher Regenbogen ist um deine Stirn, die Schweiz sie aus des Hauptes seems like a very good place to stop.
Wow, so beautiful. Wow, really well done. Gorgeous sound.
Thank
So
you.
have you sung the role already, or?
No, not yet.
Okay.
It's a long-term preparing project, I hope.
Yes. Well, it's in really good shape. It's in very, very good shape. Just a couple of places where I think, speaking of the girl herself, Elektra, and what she's expressing. I mean, your German is excellent. I see you said you live in Berlin, though, so you probably speak excellent German anyway. It's quite clear. But I feel like some of the nuances of what she's saying, like just with as with Karin, I learned that early from I had a really wonderful voice teacher early in my career, who taught us that one of the big benefits of being a musician who sings, which is what singers are, is that we get the words. All other instruments rely upon their ability to paint pictures with sound, but we actually get the words to help us with the sound. And in that, it is very much sometimes as if when you speak, we see a big phrase like with a high notes, and we give our body this telegraph that something huge is happening. Whereas technically speaking, if you were in your home getting ready to holler for your boyfriend Agamemnon, you would just go Agamemnon, and it would. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think a little bit of this concept too of what the words are saying, where they're coming from a character's intimate perspective, and how to use that in the sound dramatically also will help vocally.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying. I've been all around the world to say.
Understood.
So let's talk about this first Allein. Allein, wait a minute, I've lost my page.
20,
Yeah.
if you've got
Yeah.
the same score.
I mean, you know, this one has an exclamation point, and then she says "they," you know, oh, you know, he's big
Yeah.
up the line. But you wonder because you know she hasn't like behaved so that anybody wants to, you know, hang out with her. So, I mean, what's it about that she's complaining about this Allein right now?
I assume that the second line links to der Vater fort hinausgescheucht. Hinabgescheucht. That's a long word. That the first line is I'm alone, thank goodness. And then the second line is but I'm so alone because my father is dead. He's gone.
Okay, and so that's why we get the color changed. Okay. In seine kalten Klüfte.
Yeah.
I think you maybe sang another text right there.
I think I
Can that
sang
be?
something slightly odd, yes. I don't quite know what
Okay,
I sang.
yes.
I don't think I sang what was on the page.
Good. Okay. Hinabgescheut in seiner kalten Klüfte. And then these two Agamemnons, you know, actually it's written here that she's gegen den Boden. You know, so that also will influence how you color them when you sing them, you know. So maybe we just want to start again if you don't if you don't mind and talk a little bit about those aspects.
To the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, that's not Tristan. That's not helpful. Sorry.
I like that one too.
Me too. But not today. Does it work?
Elektra,
Yes.
title roll, starting 1 to 3 bars before you sing. 3 bars before 35.
Ganz allein. Der Vater fort hinabgescheucht in seine kalten Klüfte.
Very good. Can I stop you for 1 second? So when you are taking your breath, can we talk a little bit about that? How your breathing concept? Are you breathing with your mouth, with your nose, with your eyes, with your hands and feet? You know, everybody has a.
Don't think I've ever thought about my hands when I'm breathing, but do you know what? I don't think I've ever consciously broken it down. What am I doing? It depends on what I'm about to sing.
Okay, I get it. I get that too. I get that. Can I ask you for an experimental concept?
Sure.
So this is really just half of the eggshell, and so don't take it and run with it. But this concept of when you're breathing in, it's as close to a yawn without yawning as you can possibly come.
So lots of internal space.
Lots of internal space that then remains while you continue to sing, even if you open or close your mouth.
Okay. Yeah, I can try that.
You know, that's a few years worth of stuff wrapped into like a 30-second blob, but
I get the general idea.
I'm trying to break it down.
Someone keeps on trying to play us Tristan instead of Elektra.
So just plant yourself, you know, very securely and you know, but very flexible, you know, not like a tree, but like a willow tree, not an oak tree. And so that you're very supple inside and maybe breathe in through your nose. I like this exercise. I don't know if you've ever done it, of breathing in through your nose over a certain amount of counts and then the S or the Fs.
Yes, I've done something like that.
Giving you a concept of this space that actually exists and starting the air. Or even if you do it with the F, which is just with the more closed than the S. but on top of a deep, complete breath through your nose.
Okay. Hold on. And so on.
Excellent, excellent. Now wait, just one more time with that exercise. This time when you do it, focus your thoughts on this air exiting not only wherever you think it's coming, which is probably out of the front here, but also out of the back of a cone placed at the back of your head. So it's exiting on this two-pronged approach of
and out the back as well.
So that your entire facial structure has to be engaged for this to happen. Give it a whirl. Very good. Very good. Don't think about it. Don't speak about it. Start the music, and try it again.
Elektra, cycle roll, starting one complete bar before you sing.
Ganz allein, der fort hinabgescheucht auf seinen kalten Klüften. Ask a question there.
Yes, it's really going. I really was enjoying it. I know it's strange though because it's really new and different. What's your question?
So, when you are creating that space internally, is the goal to have the greatest possible amount of space always, or an appropriate amount of space for the phrase?
An appropriate amount of space, because in the end it is a mechanism that you cannot control. You are really just sending neuronic messages to these muscles to do. I mean, they're not like these that we can say up, you know what I mean. You really are creating these things with the thoughts that your neurons produce when they make the muscles function. So it is not like we want to keep a balloon back there, or I do know some singers that say they have a potato in their throat or something like that. It's the concept. I get what the concept is, and it is about this space, but it will adjust itself as needed when you find the freedom for it. You see, so you think about it in the beginning as you perfect the technique of doing it. You think about it, but there comes a time when the muscles. I always say this about your singing is really a sport, a physical sport activity, because you train these muscles to respond a certain way when given a certain impulse. And so that's what you do. You train it to, first of all, your jaw to have more freedom, more flexibility, your body to have more stability in the breath column, as I like to call it. And then this is just, floating on top of it. So it doesn't have to always be as your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
it has its own area that it lives in.
Yeah. That's so for example, those three phrases just there, Agamemnon, Agamemnon, they're both middle part of the voice, high
Yeah.
medium, but still
Yeah.
medium. And then you get into Fata, which is right bang in the middle of Passaggio.
Yeah.
And for that, I need to create that bit more space.
Well, see, here's the trick. You really have to be at Fata before. That would be the sweet spot that you learn to sing from. And things adjust themselves according to it, not going into where you are to it. For example, it's like when they say if you want to sing a vowel, you must think it beforehand. Most of the people teach. I like to teach breathing in the vowel that you're about to sing, because that way you've created the space, you've created the room for, you've created the mental picture, and you've created the right set of neurological messages to get an a, e, a, o, u. In the same way, when you create the space already for Fata, I mean, it is sort of a trick, I sort of tune my voice to my best vowel, which happens to be an ooh, ooh is very large for everything, but in that way, you find the space that works the best, and then things adjust themselves around that. So that's what I would say. And the other part of it is when you're thinking about this breathing through your nose and creating this space, don't disconnect from your body. You were making a beautiful sound when you first started, and I don't want in any way to disturb that. We just want to enhance it and give it more room to grow or something, but we don't want to disturb that beautiful sound at all. And I could hear a little bit as you're seeking more of this, and it is, I had a teacher once that called it the ping and the boom of the voice. It is finding this right mixture of bass and treble, as you might call it, which is the high sound, the head sounds, but bathed in your body, in the body tones, so I don't want you to give those up at all. Just perhaps find some more spaces to play around with them.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, that makes a lot of sense. It's
okay.
I started as a coloratura and my voice went somewhere else, and I've had to sort of rebalance everything.
Yes, okay. That makes a lot of sense now that you say that. Yeah. Okay, do you want to have it one more time?
Sure, if we've got time.
We have a 2-minute warning, so we have 2 more minutes. So go for it.
Actually,
as much as we can in the 2 minutes, please.
Back to the beginning of Agamemnon rather than the whole beginning of the thing. Yeah, no, I don't think we'll do that.
Title roll, starting one complete bar before you sing.
Wir ganz allein, der Vater fort hinabgescheucht auf seinem kalten Klüfte. It as well.
It was going beautifully.
I got that join right yet.
The last thing I want to say before my time is up is experiment with the Fata. I just started with an ooh. Because I told you, ooh, for me is
Ooh.
the best.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a tip, just a tip.
That's a really
Beautiful
useful
voice.
idea.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Wonderful. All the best.
Thank you
All the
very
best.
much. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Kirstin. Okay, our next singer is Jennifer Carter. Jennifer, if you can please unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and tell us what you're going to be singing, that will be great.
Hi, I am Jennifer Carter. I'm calling from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. And I've got the Kaiserin stars from Frau, ohne, Schatten.
We have a little delay.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a buzz in the sound. I don't know.
Okay, I'm checking all of my words.
Oh, it's like
Is it any better?
it's like a
No,
radio
we still have
echo.
the, yeah,
It's kind of
it's still a little bit of a buzz.
not that kind of a buzz.
Okay, why don't we, we're going to take a 5-minute break after you. Why don't we take the 5-minute break just now, and then we're going to come back in 5 minutes. If you can log in and out, and we can help you resolve the issue. So we'll see you all in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
You may have to sign out and sign back in. That might fix it.
Yeah.
So I just did that.
Okay, now it's much better. Yes,
Good.
absolutely.
Yeah, good. Is it?
Yes, absolutely. It's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, we shall see you
Okay.
in 4 minutes, and we will begin. No problem.
Wonderful.
Okay, I think we're ready now to begin with Jennifer Carter.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Carter.
Hello.
I'm calling from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. And my aria is the Kaiserin's first aria from Die Frau, ohne Schatten. Ist mein Liebster, dahin. Ist mein Liebster dahin? Was willst du, liebste Frau? Lass mich noch liegen. Mach mich zurück in eines gesegneten Weib. Weißen Gezähne. Und was ich nimmer, ich verwanden kann. Oh, dass ich den Talisman verlieren musste in der Trunkenheit der ersten Stunde. Und wäre so gern das Blut gewählt, dass eine Wange schlagen, Seele drohen, Seele, da hat sie einer von seiner Wagen sie verflogen. Oh, sieh doch hin, der erste Völker, der ein Zweig mit seinem Finger, ja, ist's. Oh, Tage Freude für meinen Liebsten und für mich. Unser Volker, unser Freund, seine gegrüßt, seine Flagge hier ein Jäger. Hat uns gegeben, kehrt uns zurück. Oh, sieh hin, bäumt auf, dort auf dem Zweige, wie mich anzieht. Von seinem Fittich tropft ja Blut, aus seinen Augen rinnen ja Tränen. Warum weinst du?
Brava. Beautifully done. Very well done. Gorgeous sound. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this is not an easy one, huh?
It's not a straightforward story either.
It is really pretty crazy. It is, really, but you do it very well. So let's talk a little bit about your how you breathe, how you produce your sound. Do you have a concept of how the sound is exiting your body?
I really liked what you were working on with the previous singer about feeling it out the back as well. I was playing with that when I was off the camera, and I'm definitely going to play with it some more.
Fantastic.
But
good.
I'm not aware of what my current concept
Okay.
is of
All right.
that, I think.
Let's just start again. Let's do a little bit of yawning. So like you're really tired. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. Right. So super good. Now in that very space, go, oh, in that space. Oh, oh. And do you feel how your body, when you yawn, also expands itself? So why don't you play around just with that thought for about 3 seconds? What that feels like in your body, what that might mean to your sound. And try to mix it in with all the wonderful things that you're doing. I love the character. I love that you've thought about, you know, I can see it. As a matter of fact, she wakes up in your, just before you speak about the traum. So this is perfect for you. Use that moment to actually yawn, stretch that body out, and, you know. Exactly. All right, let's try it again. Let's give it another go. Get back to the first.
Ist mein Liebster dahin? Was legst du mich so frei? Was mich noch drehen? Vielleicht ich mich zurück in eines vorgesagten Weib. Weißen Gezähne. Und was ich nimmer mich verwanden kann.
Can I stop you for a second? Can I stop you for a second?
Of course.
So when you have that that B on O, das ich nimmer, generally speaking, you know, all of those types of things are difficult up on those notes like that, even when you have all that height that you have, you know, and that's when it's really good to think about this concept of this yawn and maybe not even a pure, what is it? Oh, das ist, you know, yeah, something that's easy to get away from, easy to get to and easy to get away from, because it's clear that you have that note, but anybody, it's like, you know,
It's so short.
yeah, it's like, you know, so we want to be really prepared to get into it by taking a really good deep breath and giving it a nice boden to stand on, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't know, you have your recordings. It's a little bit difficult with the recordings to start in the middle, isn't it? Yeah.
I can catch it. I can catch it in the middle.
Okay, so even back, okay, if you could even go as back to vielleicht träume, vielleicht träume ich mich zurück. Yeah.
Let me see where I got here.
So you can grab it anywhere in there. Perfect.
Okay, just a second.
So now really think about your body being an instrument. I'm sorry. I keep talking.
No, don't apologize.
Keep thinking about your body being this instrument that's very stabilized, and that the sound exits out of the back of your head, you know, with a very simple ease. Very simple ease. Breath muscle coordination.
Okay, I'm just going to see if I have the track in the right spot now.
Wherever it is, we're going to be fine.
That's right it. Okay.
Fantastic.
Zeige, ihr mich ansieht. Von seinem Fittich tropft ja Blut. Aus seinen Augen rinnen ja Tränen. Warum weinst du?
Brava, 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 brava. Let's just talk about the very end there. I really think we can even work with that if you just put a little ooh sound in it. You get a much cleaner sound. Can you just try? Can you just try that ending for me? You don't have to define the music. Yeah, just the ending.
Just the last phrase.
And warum is it weinst du?
Warum weinst du?
Yeah. Can you just do that little part? Yeah. Now, really, when you breathe in, plant yourself there, like stable on your body. Breathe in through your nose. And this two approached exit. Try with the F. Can you give that a try? Wait, so when you breathe in through your nose, think of the concept of you're filling your body from your tailbone up when you breathe in. So take this breath over a count of 8, and it starts filling your body from your tailbone up over a count of 8. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now out. Think of it, yes, exiting the back of your head. Right? One more time. Can we experiment one more time? You ready? You're going to take it in. Let's do 6. Let's do 6. Count of 6, because I don't know how many minutes we have. You ready? Okay. In through your nose. Very stable. Start with filling up your tailbone. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. See, you're already expanding with that. You're already expanding with that. I don't know if you feel any different sensation in your body, but now let's think. Just having done that little exercise, what was it? Falke? Was that right? Yeah.
There's
Just the end.
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Oh, good. Oh, we have time. Good. So, Jennifer. Great. Now do the same thing and say Fulke.
Okay.
Yes. I think it will help you a lot if you have this, if you think a little bit about this concept of, even if you come up with a different concept, it's very important that we as singers have a concept of how we're producing, what's happening, and how we're doing it. I mean, I know that's why we have teachers and coaches as well, but there will come that day when you can't get to them, when it's going to be just you in the room and the audition is 10 minutes away and it was the last minute. Nobody can coach you quick. And that's why you have to have it together for your own self. But you're doing a beautiful job. You have a wonderful voice. Really, really gorgeous. Really gorgeous. It's a good aria for you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Yay.
Okay. Our next singer is Chantelle Grant. Chantelle, if you can please unmute yourself and introduce yourself and tell us what you're going to be singing, that will be great.
Hello, I'm Chantelle Grant. I'm in Manhattan now, originally from Toronto, Canada. And I would love to sing Erda's Warning from Rheingold.
Fantastic.
Weiche, Wotan, weiche, fühlt des Ringes Fluch, rettungslos dunkle Verderben, weit dich sein Gewinn. Wie alles war, weiß ich, wie alles wird, wie alles sein wird, seh ich auch der Gegenwart. Oh, voilà, Erda mahnt deinen Mut. Deine tiefsten Ursachen gebar mein Schoß. Was ich sehe, Sorgen genießen den Wohnen. Doch höchste Gefahr fühlt ich heut, selbst zu dir her. Alles, was ist, endet. Ein düsterer Tag dämmert den Göttern. Der rat ich meide den Ring. Ich warnte dich, du weißt genug. Sing in Sorg und Furcht.
Brava. Beautiful job. Wonderful job. Really great. I really enjoyed it. I understood every word. I saw what you were doing. I loved it.
Thank you.
Let's work it a little bit.
Alrighty.
One of the things that I remember, I've sang this role a few times, and in different stages of my career. And one of the things that I've learned about doing various repertoire from various cultures is that while it is imperative that every artist bring all of him or herself to the project, it's also important that when we are especially doing, pieces like this that are iconic in their culture, that we also have some kind of concept of cultural awareness of how things are expressed. So I say that to say, for example, I too, when I first started out, because of the way the text is laid out, and because, Erder comes as an interruption to the entire proceedings, close at the end, and because it's a warning, it's a Mahnung, which is like the worst thing you can have in Germany, a Mahnung. Oh my God. We think she's angry. But when you get to understand German culture more and a little bit of the dynamic of women and powerful women in how they behave, even if they are expressing some type of anger, it's not necessarily the way we would do it as people of this century, or people from, Italians express their anger differently than the French do, than the Americans do, than the Germans do. And what I learned was that it's really, as a matter of fact, I have the suspicion that she's not necessarily angry. She's a goddess. I mean, she really doesn't have time for those things. She's delivering a message.
Okay.
Just that simple. So in a 5 million unnecessary words, I guess what I wanted to say was, let's make it a little bit more simple. You know that he knows these things. When you rise up and show up, the game is already up. You had to rise up out of the earth. Really? Really? It's already serious. That's all the energy you need. You rise up, give him your message, direct and clear. You're just listing the things. Wie alles war, weiß ich. Wie alles wird, weiß ich auch. You don't have to impress him. You don't have to impress anybody. And your voice is that too. Your voice is born, Erda. You don't need to darken it, lighten it, anything. You just need to let it flow. Much simpler. Much simpler. From the beginning, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Weiche, Wotan, Weiche.
I'm sorry, can I just stop you already? It's beautiful, it's wonderful. But now think about it. She says, now, how would you say that? Go slow, son. Slow.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Get away. Think about it as if you would say it to someone. You are giving him instructions, and you are the mother of earth. You are everybody's mama. And you're giving these instructions, and you're not screaming at him. You're just explaining it, and you're letting him know by the tone of your voice, because you're not screaming it at him, that this is deadly serious. Deadly serious. And I'm only going to say it once, and I'm going to say it here clear and simple. Weiche, Wotan, Weiche. And then again. All these phrases in Wagner, all these phrases, they have an arc.
Sorry. No, sorry. You were saying?
I'm sorry. I was just saying all these phrases have an arch.
Yeah.
An arc.
Okay.
Weiche, Wotan, Weiche. und deinen Mund.
Very good. Super good. There is a diphthong. There's something happening in you just go straight to the R. You go,
Okay.
I don't know, something happens. I don't know what it is.
I think I anticipated the R and I pulled the U up too fast.
Okay, yeah. Just make sure that one is clean because everything else is so clean and so good that jumps out.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can go on.
Go back or go forward?
You can go forward from there. That's a small thing. You'll remember. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just going to stop you one more time. I've got something for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you start this part, do you know the actress Diane Carroll?
Yes.
And you know, she has these types of ways of, you know,
that face, yes.
As if he don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That you had the 3 daughters.
Yes.
I mean, we were trying to figure this out one time, but is he not the baby daddy? Am I wrong? As if he don't know. So she's not telling him this. This is something she knows. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a reason. And I always feel like Diane Carroll when I come there, like, you thought you was slick, but guess what? The 3 girls had their eyes on you. Okay. So a little bit of color change because the music changes, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have to stick with that, but give us some reason that the color changed. Yeah.
Let's see where we are here.
As you can.
Was ich sehe, sagen dir nicht in den Ohren.
Now she's...
Doch höchste Gefahr führt dich heut selbst zu dir her.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. Now you're gonna take those out of the when you went Diane Carroll, we all lost our minds. It's so gorgeous. Really, really. So you're gonna find you 3 or 4 famous ladies that you love. I actually always think that ending could do with a little Bette Midler, you know, like I warned you, you know, now you go on and do you, you know, I warned you, But anyway, I really think that this type of work will help you, because what's important, especially when we're singing in foreign languages, is that we make the language our own.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we are the word painters, and you really need to have a really fine-tuned brush. And to do that, it's not enough to just have known what it's about, translated it, and learned a little German. I found that myself, even songs that I sang, for example, as a student, German lieder, Schubert, Brahms, that, 20, 30 years ago, I learned. And as I got more into Germany and living here so long and speaking the language and knowing some Germans and maybe loving one or two, it changed. You understood that there were other layers beneath just understanding that, hectic is hectic, but when do they use hectic, and when is hectic not fleißig, and, these types of things. So the more you can go into the text, get an understanding for it, and then find specifics. When you had those specifics as Diane Carroll, we really got it. So at the end, I felt we got a little bit more general again.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think that's your task, is to marry your concepts to your sound, so that we are always getting a very specific, clearly outlined ideal of what you're expressing with your words. But that voice is beautiful, girl. Really a born Erda. Really.
Thank you so
much.
You have a few minutes. You have about 5 minutes, so we can have another go.
Okay, we can have another go. I'd love to. So we can pick it up where, if you can go back to, because I'd love to see how that Bette Midler plays out, So after you've got the all Diane Carroll section, drei der Töchter, war mein Schoß, was ich sehe, sagen dir nächtlich die Nornen. Like I said, that's information he already knew.
Mm-hmm.
They come to him every night, right? But and he's probably, if you know this Wotan character, he's probably sitting there like, why is she telling me that? I know that this woman come up here breaking up my party, to tell me something I already know. But so that's why when she says doch höchste Gefahr, it's deadly serious, and it probably stops everybody at the party in their tracks.
Okay.
Because it's like, and so I think there she probably goes a little Queen Latifah and set it off or something, Mm-hmm. But all right. So
okay, let's see if we can find that. Okay. What is this?
That's good. You can play from there. Give it room. Let it be free.
Doch höchste Gefahr führt dich heut selbst zu dir her.
A little more. Let him have it. Wait, can you just stop one minute? I meant to tell you that earlier. That's very important. Alles was ist. I know it's probably because it's recorded too, and you can't really tell the pianist how much you want. But we really need that T. That's a really important thing about it. Mm-hmm. You won't get by without it. Alles was ist endet. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sorry.
That's okay. No worries.
Alles was endet.
You'll get it.
Ein düster Tag dämmert den Göttern. Ich
Very good. Brava, brava. Such a gorgeous piece for you.
Thank you.
Such a gorgeous piece for you. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you so much.
Stunning, Chantelle. Thank you so much. We actually have time now for another break. We'll take 6 minutes and come back at our time, 7:35. Figure it out for yourselves.
Okay. See you then.
Hi, Maggie. We've got about 2 minutes. You're perfectly on time.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Good, and yourself?
Very well. Hello, Miss Vaughn. There's someone you know with me playing the piano, Mitchell Serker.
Oh my God,
How are you, darling?
awesome. I'm going to be seeing you in a few weeks. I'm going to be calling you.
Are you coming to the States soon?
Yeah, I'm coming to New York end of the month for Boris.
Oh my God, Boris, that's right. I forgot all about that. That's happening. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Excellent. I can't wait to see you. I'm
Me
so glad we're doing this again. I'm so glad.
Yay! Yay!
Yay, indeed. Fabulous to see you, love.
Me too,
Absolutely.
me too.
So, now you know how to get in touch with me, right? You have my my cell number?
I'm pretty sure I still have it. I'm going to check it and write you, but yeah, we better not
Excellent.
take the time.
Because if you don't have it, then you can always do it. You know, you can get me on Facebook Messenger too.
Okay, dear. Okay.
All righty.
Yes.
There we go.
Maggie, do you want to do a quick sound check?
Sure. Should we sing through something a bit? Or?
Just do like one measure.
Okay, maybe just the top.
Sure.
Yeah. Do you have original sound turned on?
Sorry about that. I used to have it set by default. Now it's on.
Okay, because that was like, yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry. You want to try again? Sure. Okay.
Okay, now can you turn the gain down quite a bit? It's very, very loud.
I don't know what, let's see how to do that. It's on my computer. Let me move this over. Oh, you may not see me because the camera's over there. Okay. I can't reach the, is it on the, okay. Speakers, microphone, same as system. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do that.
I know how to do it on a Mac.
Yeah.
You're a Mac girl too, aren't you?
No, this is an Android. I might have to take this, move this over to do this, and you won't. Okay. Use video. Microsoft video filter, virtual background. Would it be under video settings?
It might be under your microphone settings.
Okay.
If you're on your computer, there should be an up arrow next to the mute button.
Oh yes, microphone array. It just says select test speaker and microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
That'll be the speaker first.
Yes, and I did that.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It lets me test it, but it's not letting me change audio settings. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So then it'll take you directly to that and lower the input volume.
Oh yeah.
The volume was way up.
Wonderful. Okay, sounds great. I think we're at a place where we can go. I do need you to remove whatever's covering your camera,
yes.
though.
Move this over. There we go.
Good. Angle it down just a wee bit. All right, good.
Alrighty.
Go ahead. I'll stop you if it's still not good, but we'll assume that it is good and just go.
Great, thank you. Well, my name is Maggie O'Connell, and I'm here with the wonderful Mitchell Serker, and we're going to perform So ist es denn aus from Die Walküre by Richard Wagner. Is it still too loud?
No, we're not hearing anything. It's like it's overwhelming the microphone or something.
Oh shoot! Should I turn the gain farther down?
Try it. Sure.
It sounds like that first thing that she did, where she said it was default or whatever.
Oh yeah, is your original sound still on?
Oh darn it! It turned it off again.
Okay, that's what it was. So leave the gain where it is, but turn original sound on.
Yes. Okay. I'm so sorry about this.
Hey, it's technology. You know, we're all getting used to it. Hey.
Some of us are not used to it.
Yeah, some of us are never going to get it, but there you go.
All right, go ahead.
Take two.
Brava! Gorgeous, gorgeous. Brava, Mitch. Wow, she said that lady's upset, right? I love it.
Yes. She has her reasons.
Yes, yes, you have a gorgeous voice too. Really well done. Really well done. Have you done the role before, or have you studied it? Or?
In das Rheingold with the Dramatic Voices Program Berlin, but I've not yet sung Die Walküre.
This Fricka, yeah. I often I have performed her, and I remember when I was performing her, Bill and Hillary were in the White House, and I decided to portray her with the steel spine of Hillary Clinton. because she is. I mean, you know, she's a first lady, you know, demanding that her legislative powers be respected. You know, so there's plenty of room in there for that. But so let's talk a little bit about this Fricke. So ist es denn aus mit dem ewigen Gürten, seit du den wilden Welsungen zeugtest? That's a big question. The first thing I want to say is that you can take time after that. There's a huge fermata.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he gives her a look that says, oh, how dare you?
Yes,
You speak about...
blurted that before. I'm sure they've never talked about this. And it's so sad how their marriage has deteriorated from das Rheingold.
Yeah. You know, when he's building her, you know, buying land or stealing land and, you know, building her a palace. And now it's like, you know, he's with the Welsungen. But in every case, you really take a break there. Because then she, and so when she says, yes, I said it out loud. Did I hit the bull? Did I hit the nail on the head? You know, so first off, we need three different, all different colors right in there. This is, you know, dare I say it, women's wiles cunning at its best. She did not come up here just an upset wife. No. She had a strategy. And when you get to, I don't believe she means a word of it. I believe that's her show. That's her Joan Crawford to get what she wants. You know what I'm saying? So let's start a little bit with this beginning. Okay, you are an executive. You've come in, you're an executive woman, executive, powerful political woman. You've come in to make your stand. And you've already had this conversation at the beginning. You've tried, you know, with the, you know, why are you hiding here? You know, your wife is looking for you. Don't you know? Oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're playing with your toys. Oh, and so now here we are, you know? Okay, can you begin again for me, please? Very good. So ist es denn aus? I have a little bit, you could give the ow a little bit more room or just a little bit more freedom. I hear, so ist es denn almost us, but we need aus mit den ewig. All of your vowels, you can give us a little bit more freedom to spin.
Okay.
Could you start again?
Yes.
Thank you. Very good. Let's say that nichts gilt dir. Oh, wait, there was one thing that you heraus sagt ich's.
Heraus sagt ich's. Ich's.
Gotta have that S, yeah, and all together. Traf ich den Sinn? And when you get to the Nichts gilte der Herren heilige Sippe, she's not, don't reach the crescendo of your anger yet. These are just little tidbits. What? Nicht gilte der Herren heilige Sippe? You mean you're going to throw away, hinwirfst du alles, what was once important? And then she starts to listen. So you're going to zerreiße die Bande, die selbst du gebunden, und löse das Locket des Himmels Haf. And remember that this goes on. You stay in Himmels Haf. Das nach Lust und Laune nur walte dies Freude in das Zwillingspaar. You see, it's all one sentence. Don't break it up so much with your thought process.
Yes.
And with the line, she's teasing him in a way. She's taunting him, because she's gonna get what she wants. Der Welsung fällt. He has to fall. But she's doing it very cleverly. It's not just women's anger being thrown around and manipulate. She's manipulating in the best way. Okay, I'm sorry. Please start. You can go back to Heraus sagt Dich.
Okay.
Heraus sagt Dich's, traf ich den Sinn. Nicht gilt dir die heilige Sippe, hinwirfst du alles, das einst du geachtet, zerreißest die Brüder, die selbst du gebunden, lösest Lachen des Himmels das noch Lust und Laune nur walte, dies frevende Zwillingspaar, deine untreue, zuchtlose Frucht. Was klag ich Ehe und Heid.
Okay, wait. Sorry. Okay, beautiful. That was so great. And I felt too that you had a clarity and ease of sound because you were into your words and what you were doing. So now, oh, was klag ich Ehe und I really just experimentally for me, play this damsel in distress. The old movie divas, Joan Crawford, Betty Davis. Oh, why am I even bothering to talk about all of this? Oh, yeah, when I know we've talked about it a million times and nothing has changed.
We've gone to counseling.
Yes, we've done counseling and everything. Remember that this is all the build-up to the second part of the act when she says, Der Welsung fällt meine Ehre. That's what she came for. That boy falls in her honor. And this is all the build-up to it. So you still got a ways to go. I mean, it's not a huge scene of the night, but it's a big scene, and you have a lot of layers to build. So okay. Oh, were we there?
From where? From the
Oh, was klag ich. Yeah.
Okay.
With this little bit of deceit in your pain.
A little bit. I'm sorry.
Deceit in your pain.
Okay.
Was klag ich Ehe und Eid, dazu erst du selbst sie bewirrt, die Treue und den Traum bist du stets, wo eine Tiefe, wo eine Höhe dahin, lockt die Lust in dein Blick, wie des Glückses Lust gewähnest, und Höhen trägt mein Herz. So, dass die Walküre schall und brennherde selbst deines Wunsches Brot. In Gehorsam der Herren du gabst, doch jetzt da die neuen Namen gefehlen, als Welse wilfische Qual du schweifest, jetzt dazu
Yes. Now wait, did that feel different for you? Because it was different for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I felt like there was more nuance because when I very first started working on this piece, it used to feel like it was all the time out of 10, and I enjoyed that there's a journey. It's not just freak out mad all the time.
Exactly, exactly. You were rolling with it, and once you started, once you got with the you were creating on fire out of it. It really was flowing out of you like lava. It was so beautiful, so expressive, so clear. You know, the sound also took on another clarity for me. I don't know how that felt for you. I felt it seemed to be
like
easier to
she's
produce.
being a little deceitful and manipulative, but there's a little bit of truth in that too.
It is. She is hurt. Yeah. There's no doubt that she is hurt. She has been betrayed. She is hurt. She's stoic in that she knows how to use it, to her advantage and to what she feels is the advantage of the world. But there's no doubt that this whole thing, and the best thing to do when you do the entire role is to break it down into these pieces of, what is she actually, what is the overcurrent of the emotion and what is the undercurrent? And that way you can give a specific direction to the people who are watching. You see, because sometimes when we're so involved in making a beautiful sound and, emoting something, we're not clear, and so it's sort of like we deliver this emotional blob of things to our public instead of this very finely defined, very clean, very specific image that we and our co-workers, our conductors and our directors, that we create together. And when in the absence of that, obviously I enjoyed having the freedom as an artist to finally create it myself. So I encourage you to work in that way, but it's absolutely gorgeous, really beautiful, very well done. Please keep in mind these little nuances that you found, because
this
make
was
a huge
so
difference.
helpful. I feel like this will help bring this role to a whole other level for me.
I'm glad. I really hope, and I hope I get to live it, to see it live sometime. I love her.
You've got about 3 minutes if you'd like to do any section of this again.
Yeah. So would you like to ask any specific questions, Maggie?
Let's see. Oh my goodness. It felt so flowy that time. Is there anything you can think of, Mitchell?
Well, the only thing that I would probably say is to differentiate between the sections where you're trying to get pitied and the ones where you're actually rage, because you don't want the whole thing to sound rage-ridden from start to finish.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my main criticism.
I agree. And I think that's,
Ja, like Das nach Lust und Laune nur weiter, and also denn, dein, those sections,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Time there?
Yes, I think so too.
Yes.
This phrase, das nach Lust und Laune nur weiter, this frevende Zwillingspaar, that's really a tongue-in-cheek sort of joke. Yeah. Because, as you say, they haven't discussed very much in this marriage the fact that he's going around making babies, all over the place.
Everyone except her.
Right. That's the thing you have to think of too. Now he's got the Walküres, he's got the twins, and come on, she's like, and now that he had all that was okay, but now he wants them to come together to save the world and break all of her rules. No, and no, So I think that it is important to understand when she is legislating and when she's venting as a wife,
legislating versus being a wife. And also then it seems like with this piece, depending on how heavy the orchestration is, then I have more leeway even to have piano, like softer dynamics in spots.
You do. You always do. It's a myth that you need all the sound all the time in Wagner. You just need to know how to produce it well, because fortunately, I guess, or unfortunately, I don't know how people look at it, the mezzo roles are rarely, they're mostly like fricka. You take Venus in Tannhäuser. I mean, she has the big opening, you know, and then she has the end. Fricka has this big scene, and the Rheingold Fricka is sporadic throughout. And if you go with the contraltos, the erdos are also, you know, they come in and act, you know. Let me see, what else is there? There's Tannhäuser. Well, obviously, Lohengrin is of a different class because Ortrud is there all night. She works all night. And she's actually not considered soprano. She's sort of a Zwischenfach mezzo thing. So we'll leave her out of it, I guess. You know, but for the most part, those are how those go. So it's a very concentrated moment to you make your impact, and you leave, you know, or it says what Wagner thought of those mezzos, who knows?
Well, that's kind of great because then you create your microcosm. You can just focus on that, like your whole arc, and then you can. Then after you leave, you go home, and they talk about you for the rest of the opera.
Yeah, it's true. But just it's a myth that you need all of that sound. What you need is good, clear decisions about what you're trying to communicate and the freedom to do that. Yeah.
That's really well. Thank you. This has really turned this around.
Thank you. I'm glad. I hope you enjoy it. Mitchell, it was so good to hear you play. Thank you, orchestra in your fingers.
My pleasure, as always.
I know how to work the mute button. Thank you so much, Maggie, and thank you, Mitch. Great to see you again. Our next singer, our last singer for this evening or morning, wherever you are, is Henry, please. Henry, if you could unmute yourself and tell us where you are from and what you will be singing.
Good afternoon. My name is Henry Pleas. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, although I'm in Bayview, Michigan right now. And I will be singing Mamma quel vino from Cavalleria Rusticana. Mamma, quel vino è generoso, e cerco oggi troppi bicchier ne ho tracannati, vado fuori all'aperto. Ma prima voglio che mi con me quel giorno che parti soldato. E poi mamma, sentite, s'io non tornossi, io non tornossi, potrete fare bacio, mamma, addio.
Bravo. Beautiful. Wonderful sound. Wow. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you
You
so
must
much.
have sung this role before.
I have, but very long time ago. And so
Okay.
I'm coming back to it and feeling a little better, I think.
I can imagine. I have that experience too. Something you've done a long time ago and you come back to it. It's like coming home, huh?
Yeah. And I love, this is the first opera I ever saw.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it is. My uncle took me to this opera when I was 16.
Where were you?
In Chicago, Lyric Opera Chicago.
Wow, that's something. And now you sing it. So did you fall in love with opera then?
I did. Santuzza sang the Easter hymn, and that high note hit me right here, and I said, I want to do that.
I love it. Oh, what a great story. Well, you do it very well. Really beautiful. Really beautiful.
Thank you.
In my opinion,
yes, ma'am.
You're working way too hard.
Okay.
You have all the goods. And I don't know if you have, I almost want to ask you to, do you have a chair handy?
I do.
Could you bring it into the, yeah. And I would like for you to think of this whole thing on a much more intimate scale.
Okay.
Just.
All right. Sorry.
Uh-oh. What happened? Oh.
Am I still there?
Oh no, my computer did. I hope it's saying my computer is going to terminate when I click this. Maybe I'm not going to click anything. I'm just going to let it stay there. Something weird just happened. Fatal error. Okay. I'm going to let it stay on the screen. I'm sorry. It's probably covering you a little bit. Anyway, we were talking about the intimacy of this moment. You know, yes. I mean, he's coming in. He knows it's over. You know, and he knows this is his final time with his mom, you know, and he's trying to figure out, I guess, sort of kind of how to tell her, you know. So he might not be expending quite as much energy and volume as you were just now.
Okay.
Let's think about that for 3 seconds. And let's
Excuse me?
Let's think about that for 3 seconds and let's start again.
Okay. Mama. Mamma, quel vino è generoso. E certo oggi troppi bicchieri ne ho tracannati. Vado fuori all'aperto, ma prima voglio che mi metti come quel giorno che partì soldato. E poi, mamma, sentite, se io non torno, se io non tornassi, poi dovrete M'ha suggerito il vino per me pregate Dio, per me pregate Dio, un bacio mamma, un altro bacio. Se io non tornassi, fate da madre santa, bacio, mamma, addio.
Bravo. You almost took a tear out of me. That was so beautiful. Really beautiful. Really, really well done. But I think you felt also the intimacy and the directness, the clarity of intention that we got once you gave it to us.
Yeah.
Now, I would speak a little bit about when you get into wait a minute. Wait, let me just look at the score for 1 second. I see, is there a little reverb on my sound, it seems like?
Yeah, Henry, maybe if you turn your own sound, like your speaker down a bit.
Me?
Okay.
No, Henry.
Okay. E poi, mamma sentite,
that sounds a lot better.
Also, when you get into, there's a certain place in the voice at the end, at the very end, there's a color of sound.
Yes, ma'am.
Addio. Addio. Where you are at the very end there, we need a little bit more of that type of color when you start with Dover, when it starts to get a little grander.
Yes.
You know? A little bit more anchoring in your body with the breath.
Yes.
And I don't know if you were on earlier when I was speaking about this breath exercise where you released it in the concept of going in 2 directions at once.
Loved it. Loved it.
See if you can pull a little bit of this concept of, we call the ping and the boom of the sound into that section, because the intimate section I loved just like it was. But I think you could be a little bit more grounded, and also it will help you to find a little bit more room on spin on the top of that.
Okay. Okay.
Can you
Should I try?
Yes, would you please? From if you can go from Dovre, or if you'd like to do the whole thing, I don't mind listening again. But if you would like
doing it a cappella, or
no,
or with the no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me just stop you. Can I stop you for 1 more second? Can I stop you 1 more second? Can I stop you, son? Is it voi dovrete?
Yes, ma'am.
So make sure that your second vowel comes really late. Voi dovrete fa. Very, very late.
Okay. Suggerito il vino per me regale Dio, per me regale Dio, un bacio d'amor, un bacio, mamma, addio.
Bravo, bravo. Do you feel, was that feeling any different for you?
Yeah, there's just a little more, there's a little more room to resonate.
I'm glad.
And, yeah, it's gorgeous.
I'm very glad.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I'm gonna shift you, as they say, about, because there was 2 times when you breathed with your shoulders.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know why, because the whole other time you don't. Is it a high note, or you might check that? Or
This
maybe
is a long
sitting, or is that something that you know about?
That's something I know about. That's something I know about. And so the fact that it only happened 2 times.
Well, those are the 2 times that I really noticed. And I thought, why did you do that? Because before you were breathing so beautifully in your body. And I think that it's close to the end after just before that, you gave me a little shoulder breath. And I think that if you work that out, you're gonna even be more brilliant with the end. Addio. It's gonna be even though it's already gorgeous. I think you're gonna have so much more spin and shine on it when you get the breath really anchored in the proper place, people are gonna tell you stop, because you're going to hold it because you can so long. Conductors are going to say, look, man, he wrote a half note. I believe that. I do.
I'm a typical tenor. I love to sing my high notes.
Of course. Those are money notes, right? People tempt you for singing them too long, but they are the money notes, right? But it's gorgeous work. Your Italian is really gorgeous. Really well done. I look forward to hearing you do it somewhere. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I've just been absorbing the whole time, and a lot of what you're talking about really resonates with me, and things that that I've been thinking about, but I need to solidify. And so I'm going to re-watch this 2 hours and
fabulous. Well, I mean, I say to you, and I say to all the singers that, you know, it is a really important, this concept about being as clear and specific as possible about what you're deciding to deliver. I mean, I have huge mirrors in my house. I really work roles that hard, you know, to where I decide, does this need a gesture or does it need the stillness? You know, the power of this. And when you work out all these things, you know, even in the shortest aria, you'd be surprised, first of all, what freedom you have, because you hit the stage knowing what's going to happen. It's not like, is my voice that, did I this, whether you slept or whether you're not. Once you polish these things in, that doesn't matter. You're always ready. You know, you hit the stage free in that way, you hit the stage ready, and you're delivering something that's so immediate and so direct that, you know, your point will quickly come across.
I will ask one question. Having heard my voice, I didn't choose to sing a German aria today. I have a lot of them, but I'm wondering what you might hear in my voice in relationship to a German repertoire aria.
Yes, I do think that you have some some held in tenor qualities because you have that ease. You know, obviously, most tenors who can sing the Leon Cavallo are also good candidates for Lohengrin. You know, it is the most Italian of the. It's just a long thing. I mean, you know, when we talk about the mezzos are only there for an hour. You know, he works all night. You know, but when you have such an Italianate sound like yours, I could very well hear some of that, specifically that.
That's something I've worked on in the past, but I put it away for a little bit.
Okay.
And I was looking at it actually a couple of days ago and thinking, this might be good for you to look back at it again.
Well, you know, that's how it is, isn't it? You know, and once I feel like because learning a role the first time is always a painful process because you have to go to the coaches, you don't really know it. They have to pull you through the score, you know, and I say you get scabs, you know. Oh, someone wrote also Fidelio.
Fidelio? Okay.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. In your voice. Yeah. You know, it calls for the beauty and the power.
Right.
You know, those types of roles. But yeah, I say sometimes when you revisit it, it's like when it's healed and the scab falls off and then you see that smooth skin coming. That's the next time you do it. You know.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. It's been a pleasure to hear you. And I look forward to hearing you live sometime.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope it happens.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tichina.
Yes, thank you. It's been such a pleasure. Such great voices you guys have. It's really amazing.
I know. It's mind-blowing.
The singers that you have is awesome.
Absolutely.
Really, congratulations to you all.
Does anyone have any last questions? We've got just a couple minutes. Feel free to just unmute yourselves.
I'm going to put my view.
Okay, if you guys do not have any questions, Tichina, any last words of wisdom that you may impart to us?
Well, I just want to say again that all of the voices that I heard today are outstanding voices. I appreciate so much you guys singing for me. I think each and every one of you has the potential to have an amazing career. I hope you guys are already started or into it or getting it going. Don't give up. You know, I know, you know, sometimes even, you know, it looks like, never think that somebody's having some kind of easy road. None of these roads are easy. This is not an easy job. Nobody does it easily. Even if they look like it, trust me, they just practiced a lot, you know. and so, and, you know, it's always changing, this business, you know. So if last year you auditioned for, I don't know, Deutsche Oper Berlin, and, you know, they didn't think anything of you, well, we just finished with a pandemic and a lot of things have changed, you know, and this is the nature. Trust me, I've been on here a long time. I've seen so many powerful people who were, you know, I don't know, intendants, conductors that were on top, and now people are like, have you ever heard of, you know, so stay at it. If it's your calling, you will get there.
Amazing. Thank you so much for this phenomenal, inspirational masterclass. We're very, very thankful to have you. And thank you for all the artists for sharing their talents. Thank you so much, everybody.
Julie and to Anastasia for putting this together. You girls are amazing.
Our pleasure. We love it. It's our joy to hear you.
Yes.
Thank you, Karin, Kirstin, Jennifer, Chantelle, Maggie, and Henry. You have gifted us with your voices today, and we love you.
Thank you very much. Tomorrow we continue with another masterclass with Christopher White, and that class will begin at 6 p.m. Berlin, Central European time, Berlin time. So you have to calculate what time it is where you are. And we look forward to hearing 6 more fantastic voices. So see you all tomorrow. And thank you for tuning in.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.